Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video, this time from our WWF mod with the Death of the Territories. This is the beginning of change. This is our first attempt to go on pay-per-view. Probably should have left it to WrestleMania, but I'm just going to trial and error it with the end of month shows for another year. I want to keep the tradition and start with WrestleMania being number one being in 1985, similar to, of course, real life. I did go for my first attempt at bringing someone in an exclusive written deal, and let's just say that'll be the only person we'll be going for an exclusive written deal. The man in question was Gino Hernandez, and you know what? Let's just have a look at his contract, and we'll see why that's the case. So initially, with Gino, I just wanted to do like an exclusive written pay-per show and give him a wee bit more than he was getting, but enough where he'd be happy to sign it. Then a bidding war happened, and yeah, we're kind of paying him $66,000 a month on a 5-year deal. So yeah, I don't particularly want to do that for most of my roster, so we will keep them at open contracts just now, at handshake deals. The only other person I've tried to get was Hogan, but because of a situation with New Japan, it's not available just yet, so we'll wait a wee bit. We'll end that alliance with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then we'll eventually bring Hulkster in on a written contract, an exclusive written contract, I should say. He's injured again, a quizzical neck strain. Thank you to New Japan for that one again. Well, he was in action there. So he's missing from tonight's show, as a few others are. Unfortunately, because of the situation, we have him, Andre the Giant, and Tommy Rich missing, so it did mess up a few of my storylines. Speaking of storylines, there is one other thing I want to confirm. Because I felt it was making me have a bit more fun with the WWE save as well, I've turned strict storylines off in this one as well. Whether people think that's right or not, it's open to interpretation. As I say, I'm just wanting to fantasy book and have a bit of fun, so sorry if that does annoy you, but yeah, the difference between strict storylines and not having them is night and day. And in the day, I'm still running storylines, it's just, as I say, they won't have as much an effect on the matches as they would normally have. So, yeah, sorry if that offends. But apart from that, thank you for tuning in for this episode. As I say, first time on Cablevision, so we'll test that out and see how it is financially for us. And yeah, as always, check out the links in the description below. As I say, it's got my playlists in there of the other series if you want to check that out. Of course, great places to view content or view, as I say, mods that might spice up your save. I've got a lot of graphics in that kind of stuff as well. All in the links there. Grey Dog Software Forums, Fantasy Bookers subreddit, and TEW2020.com. So, we didn't make the top. We didn't have many in the top 500. We didn't make any of the awards and the Company of the Year, etc. So hopefully this year we can continue to grow. We'll actually go through the show first before we check the size, because obviously this show will have an effect on that. We're continuing to run in the tri-state region purely on the basis of we're still far and wide getting more fans in here than we're elsewhere. It's at least 16,000 over the next biggest place, so I'm hoping, again being in the Baltimore Stadium, it's somewhere that has a hotbed so we can try and push up from over that 46,000, although I think we'll be kind of in that 44,000 because obviously our figurehead, Andre the Giant in this case, is not available to book. So the card, as you can see here, is going to see Eddie Gilbert teaming with the Road Warriors to take on Dr. David Schultz and the Eastern Bloc, Ivan Putski and Ivan Koloff. We have the Intercontinental Championship on the line with Gino Hernandez defending against Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and we've got Jim Duggan taking on Larry Zbyszko. And a wee spoiler there. Dusty Rhodes takes on Bob Backlund, because it should be Bob Backlund versus Hogan, but Hogan obviously not present. And the World Wrestling Federation Championship will be on the line as Kurt Hennig takes on his newest challenger, Jake Roberts. Shall we see how we got on then? Let's crack in. So 47,380. So yeah, it seems the hotbed worked in this instance, and we benefited from that. So that's good to see that we can still draw that kind of crowd in our home area. It was about to have great heat and decent wrestling, and the team of David Schultz and the Eastern Bloc defeated Eddie Gilbert and the Road Warriors in 1346 when David Schultz submitted Eddie Gilbert with a sleeper hold. A 64 rated match up here. The reason for having the heels going over as I feel like the Road Warriors don't particularly have much competition in the tag team division bar the Wild Samoans, and I feel like giving them this victory, obviously Schultz pins Gilbert, but obviously the Eastern Bloc will benefit. It shows that the Road Warriors aren't invincible, because obviously their teammate failed here, and I seem to be in a kind of hit and miss whether I'm going to push Eddie Gilbert going forward. Performances seem to be pretty close to each other, the strongest being Animal, the weakest being Ivan Koloff. Putski was off his game, and it got the show off to a strong start. A few negatives, of course, will be, as always, locker room morale. There ain't no fixing that. That is cool. Gino Hernandez cuts a promo. He's hyping his match up with Jimmy Snuka. Gino is solid on the mic, so we obviously keep him bragging at how good an IC champion he is. I'd love to go Hennig versus Gino right now, but I don't want to kill his momentum. I don't want to kill his unbeaten run. I want to be world champion down the line, so a solid run with the IC belt will be on the cards for Gino. So 70 there, got the crowd hotter, so as you expect. And about the had, fantastic heat and good wrestling, Gino Hernandez defeats Jimmy Superfly Snuka in 1859 by pinfall, the 13th defence of the Intercontinental Championship. So the IC title is grown in prestige with the constant victories for Gino. A 78 rated matchup, really good here, and this is with the big toll that the injury took on him. It's 1 day left of his injury, and I had to ensure booking the show on a Thursday means I get more of my wrestlers available than I would have normally on, as I say, a Friday or a Saturday. And I don't want to go to Sunday pay-per-views until I've got exclusive written. So they got the crowd hotter again, which is okay. You don't want to get it too hot, as I've noticed my WWE save, but yeah, really happy with that. And Gino Hernandez picks up the title defence here. Next up, we had about the head fantastic heat and good wrestling as Larry Zbyszko defeated Jim Duggan in 1541 by submission with the Larry Land Dreamer. During the matchup, we saw Bobby Heenan run in and attack Jim Duggan, and Rick Rude also attacked Duggan as well. This got a 79, which is good. Duggan's weird in this sense. He's really bad on promos, but the matches are stellar and always seem to deliver. And Larry Zbyszko, obviously, great run in the WWF in the 70s, so we kind of want to give him that second run as well, so a victory for him. After the matchup, Bobby Heenan's on the shtick, and he announces his newest clients, Rick Rude and Larry Zbyszko. 44, Rick Rude's not over. He is literally not long entered the wrestling world in this game. And yeah, the reason for this is King Kong Bundy was on a freelancer deal. He is out of here and won't re-sign at the moment. So I felt like, you know what, we'll bring in Rick Rude with Heenan. We'll bring in Zbyszko with Heenan. It gives Bobby Heenan to do. And effectively I can just start a Heenan family, effectively, going forward. Because there's one thing I can do in this TW. I can book heel stables, but I can't seem to book babyface stables. Any tips? Much appreciated. Next up, Dusty Rhodes cuts a promo on Bob Backlund at 58. Dusty, what the hell, man? That's terrible for you. Awful gimmick. Low locker room morale. Low morale. But it's just him saying nobody's going to give him a chance. You know, he's a common man and he's taking the role of the Hulk Hogan here. And he's going to do the Hulkster proud and all that. Just a dream match, effectively, that I felt would settle in well in the co-main event status. It did a fantastic heat and great wrestling. Dusty picks up the win over Backlund in 1809 with a bionic elbow. The 76 is pretty good for where we're at. I just felt like it was a match up here that could elevate Dusty. And Backlund I kind of want to drop him down the card a wee bit, because I feel like down the line, him working with people like Hogan's going to help. I think not him, it's going to help other wrestlers. So he's basically going to be not a jobber to the stars, but he's going to put them on a path to superstardom. Curt Hennig's promos always deliver. He says he's ready to defend it and he's going to beat Jake Roberts. 83. There's not really much to his character in this apart from I'm really good at wrestling, and it absolutely shows that. Hopefully him and Jake can have a stormer here to make sure we gain pop. I'll take that, that's pretty decent. But they had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Curt Hennig defeats Jake Roberts in 22-29 with the Hennigplex, and it's the third defence of the World Heavyweight Championship title for Curt. So a 78 overall. Curt Hennig gets an 82, Jake with a 69, and they had pretty good chemistry that lifted the match up as well. As you can see, they have a storyline, so that would have been fine with the strict storylines as well. Jake struggled a wee bit with stamina, low morale, as you would expect, and the awful gimmick. So obviously I'll need to look into that, but Jake's been doing well for me. Overall, a 78 increase their pop in 11 regions. That might be everywhere bar our home state, but realistically we're trying to get everywhere up to get to that home state. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All green. Not really anything to be too negative about. Overall, yeah, I'm saying happy with that. No need for a post-event speech. We'll dive in here, we'll take a look at the size. There's a few other things I want to look at just to give you an idea of what's happening in this particular world. One thing I'm absolutely loving with these older mods is wrestlers that are entering the world. We'll look at that as well. So there's Hogan confirming that injury. It's only for a week and he can wrestle through it, so that's fine. So Gino's back. Viewing figures, we had 337,842. Oh, that's actually not a bad buy rate for a first ever pay-per-view, 0.67, when our coverage in most areas isn't great. So as I was saying, with far more greater viewers than we would have normally. As I said, 0.67 doesn't sound great, but at this time is better than what we're getting. And as I say, the coverage is medium rather than a normal TV show, which is very small. So yeah, I'm hoping that appealed to a good audience and hopefully a good wee pop boost. David Schultz is feeling the effects of the growing schedule, and I was keeping an eye on SCWC. I don't want to buy them just yet, although I probably will, just to kind of get that achievement in TW. There's not really too many there I'd want to pick off anyway, so I'm just going to let them kind of roll out and do what they're doing. So I just want to click a few things quickly. That's our size. Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, good position there. New England, 68, so we're closing in, and the southeast is at 48, so we're slowly but surely getting there. That's the one that's going to be the kicker, to get that close to where everywhere else is. So yeah, overall, we're in a good position. The last thing I wanted to show was just people that have entered the business so far. And if we quickly enter that in, you can see that is not what I was looking for. Is it enters? I know why this is. This is just for the year of 1983. So far in 84, sorry, we've had Koloff, Nikita Koloff, so he'll come in at one point. But you see the likes of there, Steve Lombardi was in as a jobber, Rick Steiner, Tonga Kid, Mick Foley, Tony Schiavotti, Jimmy Del Rey, just to name a couple. Rick Rude, of course, was like the second person to enter. So this is one thing I love the feature, and intrigued to see who pops up at what time. Because Undertaker will be debuting a hell of a lot earlier than he did. So as always, thanks for taking the time out to watch the video. Much appreciated, and hopefully we'll see you for some future episodes down the line. Thanks, and see you later. Bye bye.